All right, we got a controversial take here. Go ahead and hit play real quick.
Alex Ovechkin has been more durable than LeBron James over his career. Go look at the numbers. Based on the simple fact of the sport that he's playing, we can't compare these two. I don't see the comparison. I think it's borderline insulting to think that the longevity of LeBron's career is even close to the comparison of what Alex Ovechkin has done over the past 20 seasons. For this end, number one, 82 games we play. Same amount of games as basketball. There is no way that anybody on this planet is going to convince me that LeBron James's body has been put through more rigorous, tumultuous, physicality, worn down, the grind of a hockey season. Guys, I mean, what are we talking about here? He's only missed 35 games in those 20 seasons.
That's incredible.
1,487 games, 895 goals. The most feared hockey player, in my opinion, to ever lace up the skates is Alex Ovechkin.
That's an insane... Stephen A's face is hilarious because he's obviously
doesn't know anything about hockey.
He's back in NBA like all day long. But like with PK's point, like it's hard to argue with that. I think like when you lay it out like that. How many games? 1,400 or something?
Something like that. 1,485.
That's like regular season too.
20 seasons or something,
and only missed 35 games. Like LeBron probably missed that in the past 2 years.
Yeah,
yeah. They have like what do they call them? Rest days. What do they do?
Scheduled rest
days. What the fuck is that?
I mean, hockey has like maintenance days or whatever, but like you'll never see Ovechkin.
So I think regular season NHL they're a little bit less physical, right? But when you all you got to do is turn the Stanley Cup playoffs on, they are hitting every shift. Every shift you're getting hit.
And the first half of Ovechkin's career was a big hitting.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of tapered off, but like they were super physical back then. Because he went through every era pretty much since 2005. So like when they were still hitting, still defensive, like everything.
So what was the take? PK said Ovechkin has had a more physically demanding career.
Just like
body longevity. Just like your body being able to handle that and be the best player, one of the best players on the planet.
Yeah, I don't think it's even an argument really.
Because that's the argument for LeBron is that he's played so long, which obviously is cool too.
Yeah.
But the demand on your body is nothing.
Yeah, I don't think you can take anything away from LeBron.
I mean, basketball, granted, to be devil's advocate, was a little more physical back when LeBron
first started.
But also, that's back when defensemen could just rip your head off at the blue line, and it was just fair game.
Yeah. And so LeBron played 21 seasons, 1,786 games, including playoffs. Because he's played a lot of playoffs because he was in the East for so long, and he made the finals, 8 straight years or whatever. So he played a ton of playoff games.
Yeah.
Ovechkin hasn't played as many, obviously, but 1,573 for Ovechkin, including the playoffs. So about like 200 difference.
Yeah.
But it just, the demand for hockey is so much more.
Yeah, I think it comes down to like sport versus sport.
So I guess it's who's had the better career. Because you say, okay, LeBron's got 4 championships, whatever, and Ovechkin only has 1, but basketball, it's like one player can literally win you a championship versus hockey where you can be the best player in the world and still not even make the playoffs, right? Like what McDavid went through for so long.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And like Crosby went through it, Ovechkin early on. Because usually if you have a player like Ovechkin, Crosby, McDavid, it's because you were terrible. Like your team is very bad, right?
I mean, look at the Lightning, dude. Minus injury, Stamkos was an absolute beast. But I mean, unfortunately, he was injury prone. But Tampa never really was able to complete anything.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Didn't they go on that like big run?
Yeah, they did later on in his career. Like Stamkos wasn't like the guy.
Oh yeah,
at that time.
But it's hard to have the guy. It's a complete. It's more of a team sport, which I don't think takes anything away from basketball. Like basketball is unique because like there's 300 guys in the entire world who can play at that level.
Yeah, I think
where every other sport, you got 25-man roster or 50-man roster.
I say for basketball, it's more rare to be a professional.
Yes, it's 100%
way more rare,
yeah.
especially a starting player.
Yeah.
And then hockey, you have way more, but you still have to be able to stand out.
It's more of a, like, exactly.
You know what I mean? There's 4 forward lines, 3 defensive lines, and then you have the guys who are sitting on healthy scratches, sitting on the sideline.
Right.
Guys waiting to come up.
What, like, do you have records, I guess, that LeBron, all-time, he's the all-time leading scorer?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
But, like, and so he's going to lead in everything because he's played for so long, but that doesn't take away the fact that he's an all-time scorer either.
Definitely not.
And he's not even a scorer. He's like a pass-first guy, which is kind of like Gretzky, where, he was the all-time scorer, but he wasn't really a goal scorer, right? Same thing with LeBron, whatever. But, Ovechkin's just, like, to have that many goals, it's crazy. I just don't... we're going to see how it plays out because you have guys like Austin Matthews who like, if he plays the amount of Ovechkin has played, he will beat Ovechkin's record. Right?
Okay, yeah.
You think?
But he will. Like, he's like his trajectory and if he continues on that pace, but will he continue on that pace?
Right, yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
There's a lot of guys who get 3, 4, 50-goal seasons and then they taper off because hockey's so physically demanding that it's hard to keep up. And then Ovechkin's just a weird guy. Like, he's a big Russian fucking,
machine, man.
indestructible guy. He's missed 35 games. That's insanity.
You know what's interesting,
That's
too?
crazy.
I feel like because hockey has there's more players, there's more of a pool, like, the way the game evolves is not based, like, it's more based on the team play of the sport, where, like, basketball, like, evolved around Steph Curry. Or LeBron set the pace for, like, the game's evolvement. You know what I mean? So, or evolution. Yeah. So it's like the reason I say that is because like Ovechkin keeping that pace across multiple eras to me is a little more impressive than like LeBron stretching out across multiple eras. I guess, if that makes sense, because he has to. There's more. I guess, I don't know. I guess there's more like differences in the game.
I guess the only argument would be, like, I don't want to say Ovechkin's one dimensional, but he's a goal scorer and he's physical, right? He's not like the best passer. He's not the best defensively. He's not like, whereas LeBron is great scorer, great passer,
great all around
basketball mind. You know what I mean? So, like,
plus he's like an absolute freak of an athlete.
He is, but he also
like specimen.
Yeah, but he also devotes
100%
has the resources to do so. Whereas hockey, if you're the best player in the world, you make $12 million a year.
Yeah.
And basketball, you make way more than that, especially with endorsements and stuff like that. And I don't know, like,
but you still have the best services available to you as an NHL player.
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, I guess it depends on the team too, because like you have some teams that you don't have, like, it's not a big market team.
Yeah, true.
Where you don't have the extra, like, the ownership doesn't have the money to do all these extra things.
Yep.
But I don't know, like, Ovi scored no matter what, whether it was defensive, whether they've opened up the scoring and made things like more easy to score.
Yeah, exactly.
He scores regardless.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, and then he plays. I don't know. Like, the question is like, who's had a better career, but I don't know how you compare.
Well, I think that's why I said I think the take is like Ovechkin has had a more physically demanding career, but who has had the better career? Let us know.
I don't know.
Let us know what you think, eh? With that, shall we hit the intro?
Comments are open.
Comments are open.
Nope.
This intro has like 1.5 extra seconds, and it always
throws me off.
Yeah.
We got a special guest here.
Yes, sir.
Yo.
Giletto.
Chris Giletto from Now Your Hawks Gold.
I am.
Former
Welcome.
We got a new Hawk.
Former Juggernaut.
Yep.
I guess we'll get into that later, but
Yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit. First, welcome to Inside the U. Guys, if you're new here, each week we're bringing discussions and updates around the Ultimate Adult Hockey League. I'm Larry, joined by the UHL Commissioner, Steve, you charity secretary? And Jerry's new replacement, Nick DeMarco, and new Hawk, Chris Giletto. New Hawk, baby.
Chris or Christian, which one do you like?
No, I don't really care.
My nephew's name's Christian, and I never call him Chris, but everybody calls him Chris.
I went by Chris most of my life.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. People, I'm so used to Larry. Every time someone asks me, Because usually the only time my full name is brought out is like in a professional situation, and I prefer I prefer Michael to Mike, and sometimes I feel like a dick saying that, but like
if you meet somebody new outside of hockey and you introduce yourself,
it's Michael.
You say Michael,
and then it depends on the environment, and then I'll be like, you'll hear people call me Larry, so you can call me Larry.
Yeah,
but if it's work, it's like Michael.
It's so funny. I'll always go back to this, but whenever this, I always called him Michael because I grew up around. I mean, we've been friends for 15 years or however long it's been. I always call him Michael. And then when I introduce him to people, or like I'm talking about him, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, like Michael, Bob," and they're like, "Who's Mike?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's Larry, dude." They're like, "Wait, his name's Michael?" Like,
yeah, people don't actually know my name.
No.
All right. Anyway, this week we are back again to review week 3 of our spring summer season. We're going to check in on the results of U-Golf. What is it? U-Golf Cup Challenge? I don't know. I got to work on the name, but recapping round TBD. 1. Check in on that real quick. All About You is back with Giletto. We'll dive into. I assume you got some questions about Giletto's hockey career.
Absolutely.
All roads lead to the U. We want to hear about it.
How'd you get here?
We'll check in on our summer series plus much more. First, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe here and on all socials with @UAHLHockey. Comment what you think about the OV LeBron debate. All that good stuff. Like and comment. Share the show if you can to help grow the league. It goes a long way. So anyway, week 3. We're kind of back after a little like mini bye for some people.
Yeah, for Memorial Day.
Like half the week was
it was like
gold and silver didn't play, but bronze busted.
Yeah,
there was like no ice available, so just try to roll through. But
makes sense. We had our first. We had our first Saturday games. We'll review that.
We did.
That was fun because you know how like the All-Star game. We do the All-Star game usually on a Saturday, so people get a chance to come out and like watch. It was the same way. There was 3 Rusty games. First 2 stands were packed. It was sick. But we'll check in on those scores and things like that. I think we're gonna start off with if DeMarco's done texting, we'll do Jerry's. What's he called again? I don't even know. Do you want to play the stupid music he's got?
I don't know which button it is. Yeah, he loves this. I hate it so much. All right, let's just cut this off.
Yeah, just cut it. What was the first one? It was like Nelly or something, right? The first one he did, Nelly or something. Yeah. That was better.
Yeah. So we're going to come right into Jerry the Greeks, a.k.a. Nicky the Italians.
Wow.
Quick Bit Corner.
New branding. I like it.
Yeah. All of us can't take vacations every other week.
Did he involve Giletto in this? Is everyone's a part of this?
It's everyone.
Okay.
So what we're going to do here is we're going to rank these over 30-year-old NHL players 1 through 5 that you would build your franchise around right now without knowing who comes next. Right. So we're going to go one at a time.
It's always a freaking riddle with this guy.
It's like,
so how are you?
So I'm going to name the first one, and you're going to rank 1 to 5.
Oh, okay. I got you.
But you're not going to know who comes next.
Oh, okay. So
who you would build to it.
Who you would build your team around.
So
I got you.
First person on the list, we have 33-year-old New York Ranger Artemi Panarin.
The bread man?
Of course.
The bread man.
Shocker.
Ugh. I hope somebody else is. Wait, there's not that many older players. I'm gonna hold out for like Crosby and Ovechkin, so I'm gonna say 5.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to build your team around like Ovechkin because like next year he's gonna retire. You know.
But they're all older.
Well, Panarin's not older.
Is it just? Are we considering like it's just say one season? Like you're gonna build.
No,
this doesn't make sense. If you're going to build your team around an old guy,
around them.
You wouldn't want to build your team around an old guy. So we're talking about a younger guy here. It's
33.
Like you're trying to project his career because you want to pick a piece that you're going to build your team around.
I mean, it didn't really work.
Panarin's 33.
So. Is he really
33?
Oh, that isn't. Yeah, I'm going 5'2". I thought he was younger than that. What the hell?
Yeah, me too.
I'll put him at 4.
All right.
4?
Yeah.
That's smart. You kind of save some space just in case you don't know.
All right.
I'm going 4 too. I'm going 4 too.
4?
Yeah.
So 4, Steve, 5.
Yeah.
All right. So number 2 on the list, someone who we just mentioned a little bit ago, 35-year-old now with the Nashville Predators, Steven Stamkos.
All right. What's Jerry doing here? See, I want to like.
So I guess that's the point.
You're right.
I guess that's the twist he puts
Yeah.
into it because you don't know who I'm going to say next.
Right.
I guess it's 4, man. I got no other choice, really.
Yeah. I didn't realize Panarin was 33. That's pretty crazy to me.
I didn't know that.
like there's no reason I would put Stamkos over Panarin. No, so it's got to be 5.
It's gotta be 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So 4s and 5s are done for all 3 of you.
My team's going to stink.
Number 3, 32 years old with the Winnipeg Jets, Connor Hellebuyck, if I said that correctly.
Yeah. Ooh, he's great.
Yeah. Good player.
So I feel better putting him at 3.
I'd probably a great goalie.
Well, use your head here because there's only a few people I could probably mention going forward.
Is he the only goal? He's got to be the only goalie. Hellebuyck is still
for you to know and to find out.
Well, obviously he's got to be the only goalie. All right, I'm going to put 2.
Yeah, 2.
2?
Yeah, 2. That's a great player to work around.
Yeah.
You're right with the goalie.
Yeah.
That definitely adds.
He's still elite.
That definitely adds some stuff. Yeah, I'll go 2 as well. Sorry.
All right, so we're all still on the same pace here. So only 1 and 3 are left for everybody. So number 4, 39-year-old, yours truly, Washington Capital, Alex Ovechkin.
Yeah. See, I wonder if Jerry was thinking that when he turned on this competition.
I'm hoping Crosby's left.
Yeah, because like if you're building a franchise for the next 10 years, like you want young talent. Yeah. Like McDavid would be the ultimate. McDavid would be the ultimate. How old was McDavid?
26, maybe.
Yeah, he's still kind of young.
He's the ultimate. He's like getting into his prime too.
He's gonna get better somehow. Yeah. I don't even know how. But
he will. He 100% will. He's not even in his prime yet.
Don't forget, we're talking about over 30 here.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Over 30.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go with
all players over 30.
3 for Ovechkin.
3.
I'm gonna stick with 3 too. Yeah.
3.
Yeah, same.
Who's left?
All right. Well, then your final
number
1.
You
don't have a choice. Pittsburgh Penguin at 37 years old. Sid the Kid.
I like that. I like that. Sid at 1, Hellebuyck at 2. I think you can build around that because Crosby has such an effect on everyone around him.
Yeah.
So all the players around him are going to be that much better. Even him just being there and learning from him and doing his thing.
Right.
Yeah. Even though Ovechkin is obviously one of the greatest goal scorers, physical player, Crosby is and always was a great playmaker.
Yeah. Ovi still can get 40 goals.
You can work around that.
Great goalie.
How old's Hellebuyck?
Hellebuyck is 32.
I honestly think he might be like the number 1.
So he's the youngest on the list.
Yeah, he's the youngest and he's the goalie.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like build around the goalie.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got a solid tender, you should be able to work around
I think
that
he's probably the number 1, and then honestly, like you said, Ovechkin's still scoring, Crosby's still impacting everyone else. That's probably a toss-up for 2 and 3.
Top 3.
Stamkos is 5 to me. Like Panarin and then Stamkos is probably 4 and 5.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, Hellebuyck could arguably be 1, if not should be 1, because if you have a solid tender, you can fully focus on building your offensive core and then kind of rotate back into defense, whereas if you don't have that solid goaltender, you're working from the back up.
Yeah.
Plus he's 32. He probably has 5 years of
5 solid years of prime goaltending.
3 to 5 years, I guess, of in your prime, you know what I mean? But yeah,
I like it.
So
we were on pretty much on the same page.
Yeah, we were. I think Stamkos and Panarin have switched.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you guys had it right.
That was okay.
Thanks, Jerry. Good, not great.
You can tell he put that together like in the airport before. Before his
plane.
Yeah, dude. He always does that. He would have done it right here in front of us, like 5 minutes before the pod.
Jerry, dude.
Yeah. What's a good bit?
I meant to do this before, but if you can pull that graphic up, I want to do a quick check in on golf. We got a little weird with the bit this season. Did a little IRL stuff, so we're hitting the course once every other week, basically. For 10 weeks, I got like a 5-round challenge set up. It'll lead up to the outing, and basically what we did was, so there's a competitive nature. So like every 9 holes, you can come in, there's like the best golfer is going to come in first over the set of 9 holes, but there's also a mini game, which we threw in the Happy Gilmore Longest Drive, and then we did Bingo Bango Bongo. Are you familiar with Bingo Bango Bongo?
It's fun.
Okay, so the first person who hits the green gets a point. First person, or once everyone's on the green, the person who's closest gets a point, and then the first person in the cup gets a point. So it's not always going to be the person who played the hole the best. Like you could be shooting, like you could have missed the green 3 times, but when you finally get on the green, you could be closest and still get a point.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because it sort of randomizes the leaderboard a little bit. So what we ended up with was Jerry like dominated there was multiple holes where he picked up all the points. He won the Happy Gilmore drive.
Not by much.
None of us hit the fairway. Steve was behind him by about 5 yards or so. They were both like Jerry was all the way off to the right. Steve was off to the left.
Yeah.
Brad hit a tree in front of him, like almost killed someone.
Yes.
I don't even know where mine ended up, but and then but basically what we have here is, like I said, Jerry cleaned up, took first with 21 overall points. Steve probably played a round that he'd like to forget.
Yes.
But ended up in second because the bingo bango bongo evens things out.
Yes.
Brad is apparently a sleeper. He had the best score overall, but as far as like the bonus points, didn't keep up. And then I had a pretty bad round, and also didn't get anything, with the bingo bango bongo. So
you got to bang the bongo.
that's where we're at. Like I said, it's we're going to lead up to the outing with this. We thought we'd get a little creative. The full round 1 recap is on YouTube. We're working on it. It came out good.
How much it looks like Jerry did.
I know. I should have made him like half a foot taller, but I think it would have been funny if you made him tall to it goes
into the
like behind the text, up
which it really would be. Yeah.
But anyway, the full length is it's on YouTube. It's a funny watch. There's some funny moments in there, but stay tuned.
Ignore my swing. I'm working on it.
Stay tuned.
Don't give me too hard of a time, dude.
Stay tuned there on YouTube. We got the ball tracker, which I think is pretty cool. You can kind of follow the challenge along, and that'll get better. So the next round, we're doing the handicaps in play. So based on how you did in the first round, we're going to do individual stroke play, and then after that, we're going to split off into teams, and then do like a 2v2 scramble.
Nice,
so,
there you go.
So that'll be a little more fast paced.
That was supposed to be last week, but Bob had a kidney stone.
It was supposed to be
Wednesday,
2 days ago, basically.
Oh, yeah.
So we're delayed a couple of days, but I think the content should be on schedule.
Yeah.
So
be all right.
Yes, sir. All right, now let's get into. I meant to do this before the bit, but let's roll right into All About You with Chris Giletto. I know you got a nice little novel into there. But do you have music for this one? I forget.
No. Did we never do All
Did
About
we
You
before?
anymore.
I know, but did we have music before? I guess not.
I don't know. Maybe.
Take it away, Jerry. I mean Nick.
Dude. All right. All About You is our segment where we take a few minutes to ask our guests a couple questions to hopefully learn something about them and possibly make them feel a little uncomfortable.
I forgot about the uncomfortable question.
So on this special episode of Inside the U, we, of course, have us a special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us is an ice warrior who lifted off with the Chuggernauts, but found the only way to fly is to soar with the Hawks.
Let's
go.
His legendary play took his team to playoff mediocrity, but also stood out as a divisional all-star. His social media skills put the Chugs on the map, nearly dethroning the Bush and earning himself a prestigious Dusty.
The Dusty.
The Dusties.
Just so you know, Jerry's
nominations.
whole thing was to fuck with you the whole time.
It's coming through.
Please welcome a true legend of the U, and as we know him, Mike's cousin. Newly acquired and Hawks Gold very own Chris Giletto.
Yeah, Jerry had a vendetta.
I heard there's some vendetta there.
Is it like my comments, I guess?
Yeah. Which we enjoy.
All right, so the simplest start. We'll just jump into how you started playing hockey, and were you always the offensive threat that you are now?
No. I started back when I was like 4 or 5 years old, back in Philly, just playing house league.
Yeah.
And when I moved to Jersey, I started playing for the Hurricanes, and I was a defenseman.
Okay,
Offensive defenseman, but
Yeah.
I always used my speed to my abilities.
Hell yeah.
And then, from there, I didn't go anywhere past Hurricanes. Just played men's league right away.
Yeah.
Did you play through high school? You played for the Hurricanes?
The Hurricanes, yeah. My school didn't have a team, so I didn't get to play high school hockey.
Where'd you play in
Was
Philly?
it Kings? You went to Kingsway? Yeah.
Rizzo Rink.
I was going to ask you, did you used to play Rizzo and Kennedy?
Rizzo, yeah.
And them?
I originally met Kennedy back there.
Okay.
We rekindled our friendship back
Nice.
in when I started Hurricane.
Yeah.
Kingsway had a team, though.
Not until after I left.
Yeah, it wasn't until later.
Yeah.
Because
They're
we
pretty
played
good
a
now, I
Kingsway
think.
team when I was in high school. Kingsway
Oh, you
in...
know what? They did they had a team, but then when I started high school, they didn't have a team.
Oh, okay.
So maybe you.
Before they might have... Yeah, they weren't very good.
Showing your age, Steve.
Yeah,
old.
sorry.
And then once I graduated, they got a team. So
Yeah.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
Well, now like they combine teams. Like there's just like a bunch of high schools playing together.
Yeah.
I almost played for Clearview.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
Well, I was like Black Horse too. Black Horse used to have a team.
Yeah.
And then they like combined with Timber Creek, I think, or someone.
Yeah. Like Hatsy was telling me, like, what's going on over there?
So
you always played defense though?
Yeah, I played defense once I started Hurricanes.
When
I was younger, I just played whatever.
Okay, I got you.
And then they used my size as a strength.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
played defense. Locked it down pretty good.
Nice.
Fucking defense.
All right, moving along. So, did you grow up around here, and are you, as Jerry would say, a dumb Flyers fan like everyone else in South Jersey? And what player did you look up to growing up?
Well, I grew up in Philly and moved to Jersey when I was in middle school. Yes, I'm a Flyers fan.
Sorry to hear that.
Dumb Flyers fan. I would say probably my favorite player growing up was Lindros, Gagne.
Yeah.
Definitely one of them.
Lindros we didn't get much of, but
I always loved Gagne.
I like Pronger when he came to Philly.
Dude.
He was one of my idols.
What an absolute demon.
he was the man. Yeah,
I really like Desjardins. Did he have a big following? Like, did people like him?
he was a captain for a little while. Yeah,
I recall really liking
defenseman.
Desjardins.
great defenseman.
Yeah.
He was great.
Absolutely.
He could do everything.
Yeah, Desjardins.
Eric Desjardins.
What a great era, dude.
It was. It really was.
That was I remember he when the Flyers made that run in I think 2004. He broke his arm. Like Jeremy Roenick fucking ran into him.
Yeah.
Roenick would skate around and hit people, and he broke Desjardins' arm like right before the playoffs. Yeah.
So I went to Tampa Bay Stadium. I forget what game it was, but in that 04 run.
You went there?
Yeah, I was there for that one of those games. It was sick. It was awesome.
Not Game 7.
What a crazy
When
atmosphere.
we got like Teeman, was that like the peak of that era?
Chemo team?
Yeah.
No. That was after.
Okay.
This was like
I'm conflating.
Ronick, Gagne, Keith Primo,
Recchi,
Mark Recchi, John LeClaire, all those guys.
So Teeman was way past. Okay. I'm conflating.
Robert Esch was the goalie.
Yeah.
Robert Esch.
That was a team that was like, that team should have won it all.
Yeah.
And probably could have. Yeah. And that was like my first ever fucking Flyers heartbreak, really. Because like when I remember when they got swept by Detroit in 97. And that was like, I was young. I was like fucking 9. You know what I mean? So it didn't really matter to me. But like when they lost in 04, it was like, I remember like just sitting like in front of my
fully
TV,
engaged
like,
in hockey,
like your stomach hurts. You're like, oh my god, because they did so. Especially that game, they just posted that because it was like an anniversary of Game 6. You might be a little too young, but it was Game 6. Lightning were up 3-2, and we were down. It was like a minute left in the game, and Primo was like, he was one of those playoff runs where he put the team on his back, dude. Like he was like not the most skilled. Just a huge dude.
Yeah.
And he tied it up with about a minute left, and then Gagne scored in overtime to force Game 7. And then we went back to Tampa for Game 7 and lost by a goal. And it was tough, dude. And Tampa ends up going on to win. We would have smoked the Flames. We would have beat them, no problem. That killed me.
Tampa was such a good team then, too, dude.
Marty St. Louis.
LeCavier, dude.
Yeah.
Before we got LeCavier, which was so funny.
He was good.
I always loved LeCavier.
Hobby Bullen was their goalie. They were such
Hobby Bullen! That was like when I played mini hockey.
Dude.
Yeah.
I was Hobby Bullen.
Jesus. Yeah.
All right, back to the dumb Flyers fan.
So, Chris, since you made the huge leap from bronze to gold, tell us, what's it like making that jump in the difference of play? And have you felt like you've struggled adapting any aspect of your game?
I probably should have jumped to silver first. That's for sure. I mean, the speed is way different from bronze to gold. Oh my god!
I think you're meshing it pretty well.
Every division step is like way bigger than you would expect.
Yeah.
I guess just the concentration of.
I can hold my own in gold, but like my hands aren't there for it yet. I mean, I got to keep working on those. But yeah, like speed wise, I'm good. Gameplay wise, I know positioning.
Yeah.
So other than that, just getting my hands on me and making the right play.
Yeah,
I think I noticed a big difference from like I don't think you were sure what you were expecting in the first game you played,
especially against 24/7.
Yeah, dude, going against, and they already had a vendetta against us for taking them down in the playoffs.
But my first shift,
I went out there. You were maybe not to say you were slow, but like adjusting. Yeah, but then I noticed you kind of turned it up a little bit. I had that
month off. From Juggernauts playoffs to then, and then I definitely had to get my feet under me. And I think last game I did pretty good.
Yeah,
Speed-wise, I was there. My hands still are a little shaky, but I think.
Yeah, you're looking good out there, brother.
It's crazy that like 3 weeks break. It feels like I never.
Dude, it's always every time. Dude. That first game back, it's like, what am I doing?
Like I have a shooting pad at net at home, and I use it. and I'm like, I feel nothing like the game speed. So
it's crazy because like when you were younger, you could take 3 months off and you come back, you'd be fine. You take like one skate, you get like the headache.
Yeah, but don't forget. I mean, during the summer, I mean, at least for like Hurricanes in high school and stuff, we always had summer workouts. Too. So I mean, you weren't really taking full times off.
You always had tournaments too.
Summer.
It wasn't like even like the stamina wasn't the big thing, but like even just like the like finesse and like your edge work and your skating just feels like I just feel like I'm like
simple movement.
Yeah, it's like and your stick handling, especially your hands and stuff, just feels
hand-eye coordination.
I never really.
You want that to be like we always talk about like second nature. You don't want to think about it, and then when you take a few weeks off, you come back and you're like, whoa, I gotta like think about this a little bit, and it's like.
So let me ask a question: do you want to play silver?
Possible.
We have a Hawks summer roster problem.
Summer's tough.
Summer's always like we have like 9 guys out. We had like 8 or 9 last game, and I'm like, we need to.
Don't say that, dude. We're gonna lose Kennedy.
I have a massive.
Oh, Kennedy's been begging, dude.
Begging, yeah.
Kennedy's been trying to get on Hawks, silver, bronze.
He wants us to make a bronze plus team. Yeah,
he couldn't play silver.
Of course, he can play silver.
Well, yeah.
Okay, I didn't
you don't notice when we have 9 guys, we could probably use somebody.
You always got like a list. You're always doing weird shit.
We have so many subs because
but that's just
summer, and then the subs don't even show up
before this.
We had a full roster.
So fall and winter, we're always like 13, and we're good. Everyone's dying to play, but summer, it's like struggle. I don't think the last summer season we missed the playoffs for the first time ever.
Yeah. Yep,
because we just couldn't get people on the ice.
All right, Kennedy and Giletto. Let's get him on the list.
Kennedy, ignore this completely. You're staying on gold.
We can play both, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can swing it.
We just need bodies, man.
Yeah, we do.
Struggling. We
lost 100%. We do.
We're 0-2 and should easily win.
Yeah, we see some goal scoring, dude.
Moving along on Jerry's personal vendetta. Is it true that you left the bronze division because you couldn't handle the pressure of playing against Jerry?
He's my biggest enemy out there. He's always on me.
Is it true?
Did they really put Jerry on you?
No, it just happened that way, I guess.
Jerry's like a gnat, dude.
I like messing with Jerry when he's on the ice. He's a good guy.
Yeah, that move we always talk about, like going under the stick, like it must be very easy on Jerry. He's 7 foot tall, and his stick's like all the way out here. Giletto's got some speed on him, and we'll fucking go.
Turn around, he's there.
So you avoided Jerry by jumping up into the gold division.
Right. Are you going to sub for Chugs at all?
I mean, I put it out there. I wasn't sure if I was allowed to or not. To play in gold.
Yeah, I mean, you're a bronze staple.
Your grandfathered in.
Yeah.
And if they need me, I'm there.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Moving along, also, still a shot at you. Do you still run the Chug social media, or did you hand that off when you abandoned that team?
I did pass it off to my cousin. Yeah.
Michael's handling it?
Yeah, Mike took over.
Dude. So I just reffed them the other day, and I love seeing Mike, man. He's a great dude.
Yeah. He's the one that got me on the Chugs.
Yeah? That's awesome.
Nice. Yeah. The Chugs. How many jerseys they got? They have a lot, or does it just seem like
blue,
it?
Right?
We just have white and blue.
I swear they have like 5 different jerseys.
So that had me messed up the other night because I forgot you guys got the blue jerseys, and I seen the Bulldogs coming out, and I was like, that's the Bulldogs. And I looked over, I was like, oh, shoot, I forgot you guys because I'm always seeing you guys in the white jerseys.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about the Chuggernauts, too? Like, before the UHL started, the Chuggernauts, like, no offense to anybody who was on the team at that time, but like they just like threw like a roster together, and they were playing in what's now the Silver Division.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like there was, how many divisions did we have before then? Like, did they even have a place to go? Like, they threw a roster together into the Silver Division, and it was just, we would like roll them. But they obviously found their spot. You know what I mean? It's just funny. Like, I just remembered that. Like, thinking back, I was like, oh, Chuggernauts. Yeah. No offense to anyone who's on the team now, but like they just had like a roster thrown together. I don't even know if they had jerseys or anything.
Yeah.
That's fun. I just
it was like
that.
I think there was a free agent team that they threw together, right?
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was before the U though. It was a few years ago.
Yeah, they stuck them in B.
Yeah, yeah.
It's funny. I was effective in B.
All the teams have their own like little lore, you know, some history. You know,
the Warriors,
the Warriors, the Bulldogs too, like just all over the place.
Yep,
the Warriors. I played with a bunch of the Warriors over in the Igloo when I first played men's league.
Oh yeah.
I knew all those guys.
Yeah, great guys.
For sure, sure.
Good guys.
Drinkers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have fun out there. They have fun out there.
Yeah.
I was reffing whatever. Yeah, they're funny. Reffing bronze is funny. It's very funny.
All right, so this one is, I guess you can't really answer this one for gold because we're only 2 games in. You've only been in gold for 2 games. Right. But looking back, which team do you love and also hate playing against the most in the U, and why?
I think I hated playing at the Trops. They were always a pain in my ass.
Yeah. Trops are grinders, man.
Yeah.
They're choppy.
Yeah. And
they know how to get under your skin, dude.
Yeah.
I love playing against the Hawks. They're always a good team, good competition. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I think that's funny. I feel like Trops, Hawks, and Chugs were probably in the playoffs for the last 2 or 3 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Usually. So. Once I joined, the Chugs made this season.
Yeah.
Playoffs every season.
Yep.
All right. This is going to be non-hockey hobbies. Let's dive into what someone can catch you doing outside the rink. Okay. For example, Steve is an avid mini golfer who likes to travel the state playing different putt-putt courses.
Okay.
This is so weird, dude. He's so weird.
He's back like he never left, dude.
He's like a ghost, dude.
Yeah.
He's got to be in here somewhere.
Yeah. So when I get home from work, I'm pretty much just working out or being a dad.
Yeah.
As soon as I walk in the door, the kid wants to play or wants all my attention, so I give it to him.
So you getting the little guy in the hockey yet?
I'm gonna try. If he doesn't want to, he doesn't want to. But I'm gonna try.
So how old is he now?
He'll be 4 on Monday.
4. Yeah. Has he picked up anything, any kind of sport that he might kind of like?
Not really.
No interest yet.
He's still too young.
Yeah.
We got like a mini net for him to
I was
play
going to say,
on.
do you guys have like mini hockey?
Yeah, we got
like
mini hockey nets. Yeah, we got that. And I cut down like an old stick for him so he could shoot on the big net.
Oh, nice.
He likes doing that with me, but then he gets bored of it real quick. So
it lasts a few minutes. Just crazy slap shots and then
a couple of those.
on to the next thing.
Stick handle and gets mad when he can't.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's good. All right, so to wrap up all about you, it is time for the Would You Rather knuckle puck question.
Oh, boy.
In the gold division, would you rather only be allowed to play goalie on a team you like or your normal position on a team that you don't like?
In the gold
That's
division.
the knuckle puck question?
Ooh.
And he used to be good at that.
It's a little soft, but
That's a soft one, Jerry.
Jerry's showing his age now.
Remember what he asked Spencer?
We were talking about that in the car the other day. I was like,
that question was hilarious.
I was expecting something like that.
Yeah, me too.
Is that the stepsister one?
That was the sister and the dog. Fucking poor Dan, dude.
We haven't seen Spencer since.
Yeah.
I just texted him the other day, dude. I was talking. He's like, I took too many pucks to the head.
So goalie for a team you like or regular position for a player team you hate?
Am I a good goalie? Do I get that?
He doesn't say.
It just says goalie.
Jerry just threw this together, dude.
That's a bad knuckle. The rest of it's been good, but
it doesn't have to be gold division.
Put me on a bad team. I'll play my.
I was gonna say you're gonna want to go out there and play do what you're good at. You know,
with.
Yeah,
That's fair enough.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so that wraps up this week's segment of All About You featuring Chris Giletto.
Woo!
Thanks, Chris.
Long time coming, eh?
Yeah.
It's been a while. It's been like 3 seasons since we did an All About You.
I know.
I feel it has been a while, right?
It's been a while.
Been effort.
We usually have repeat guests, you know.
Been effort.
Who was the guest this season before? Shooksta came.
It was Shook.
Yeah,
Shooksta
we
was on.
already did that.
Oh, Trilly. Did Trilly
We got some guys to get on
no.
for sure.
I
Got some
know. We
other
have a
guys.
bunch
Yeah.
of guys that got to come on.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, it's been a while. It's been a while for sure. Knuckle puck, you can tell he took some time off. Threw it together at the airport, but the rest of it was good.
Yeah.
Got Giletto's background. I'm Flyers fan.
We should have just came prepared.
Good
with
fellow
a
Italian.
knuckle puck question.
I feel like if you have a kid, like your hobbies are just like
They're
working and taking care of, raising the kid, playing hockey if you're lucky, I guess.
Yeah, just being tired all the time.
Yeah.
Especially waking up at 4 a.m. for work.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah,
that
Louise.
sucks, dude.
Jeez Louise.
Are you a nap guy? No. Yeah, I can't do it
All the
either.
time.
Yeah. What like do 4-year-olds like have a normal sleep schedule? This is my biggest question I asked.
He kind of grew out of his nap like a year ago.
Okay.
And he runs on adrenaline all day.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think Luka napped for until he was about 2.
Okay.
Maybe 2.5. And
Yeah.
you get that nice break, but then he'd be up later.
So
like you kind of like him because like I don't know what time your kid goes to bed. My kid would go to bed at like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then you have like 4 hours to yourself. Because in the morning you don't. You wake. The kid usually wakes.
I was gonna say
you wake up at 4,
they're up like an alarm every day, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's nuts.
Is your kid at the stage where like you wake up and he's just staring at you in your face yet?
No, he'll stand at his door
Wake up,
and like
Dad.
cough until we hear him. We'll have to come out of the room and get him.
That's his
Yeah.
it's his call for attention.
Guys, I'm alive.
We just hear Luca through the baby monitor. Mommy, I'm awake. I'm just like, all right, dude.
All right.
Shit, man. Yeah. I guess like you said, like when they're on the schedule and they're sleeping, like you have some hours where you can kind of sneak things in, I guess. But
yeah, I'm lucky enough. Like, your wife works, right?
Yeah, she works from home.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that's tough to do with a kid.
Yeah. I mean, at least that's a little nicer thing to have, being able to work from home, because it gives her time to spend with the kid and stuff as well. So.
Yeah.
I guess it's hard to get anything done though.
That's why I'm back here and I shut the door.
She'll be falling asleep before I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How tired she is from it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Shit, makes sense.
Brutal, man.
All right.
Sorry. Then you try to, like, when they do go to bed, you could go to bed at that moment because you're so tired.
Yeah.
But you want time to yourself, so you force yourself to stay up.
Yeah,
and then you go to bed, and then you're just fuck.
And back up, start it again. Love it. Yeah. All right. We got a big event coming up here in a couple weeks. All four of us will be in attendance, I believe. Yeah. Nick, you going to be there? I'm just kidding.
I think so.
All right. We got our biggest event yet, Summer Series.
Sorry, are you playing Hawks Gold or are you playing Free Agent?
Hawks Gold.
Hawks Gold. Okay.
Hawks
I didn't see you on the
Gold.
free agent list. That's why I
I keep
figured.
getting emails for it, and I keep ignoring them because I'm not sure. Like,
You were on the list originally, though, right?
Yeah.
I originally put my name in there, and then it was.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I noticed that. I was going to say that about the free agent list the other day, but it didn't matter because he's on our team. So.
Yeah. Sorry. If you're on the list, you're getting them.
We have our Hawks team's pretty, or at least the tier 2 is pretty full.
Yeah. June 20th to the 22nd, we are over in Iceworks for the first time. Gauging out, like I said, to be our biggest event yet. You can still register for another week or so. If you want, as a free agent, that window is going to close a little bit quicker. Then we obviously have a wait list of teams and stuff like that. But
yeah, we got to order jerseys for them.
Yeah, free agent window will close a lot quicker. So if you're thinking about it, now's the time.
Sign up.
Piss or get off the pot.
Yes,
I think is the phrase.
Ah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
So, yeah. Jerry's usually here to hype it up. What is he doing? Putt challenge, shop, vendors. He leads with all the stuff that like everyone's like, okay. What I think is going to be really cool is we'll do a family skate. So that Saturday, like I was saying before, it's hard for your families to come out and see you play at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday night. Saturday, weekend tournaments. We figured it's a good time. You can bring the family and stuff, but we set up the public skate. So everyone who plays will have the chance, if they want, if you want to get the lady out on the ice or whatnot. But we'll have the tailgate going, buffet, beer buckets, a lot of fun. Standard, 3-game format plus playoffs. Winner will get a hat, trophy, and I think something that we do really well, is the maintain competition levels. We do a good job of that, and then of course the whole UAHL package with the media, the live stats, standings, all that good stuff. So it'll be a lot of fun. Iceworks is a really cool spot with the bar right in between the rinks.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot. It's we spend a lot of time.
I think that's going to be the best part, man.
Yeah.
Having full visibility from the bar on every game going on constantly.
100%.
That changes a lot of the aesthetic of the tournament itself.
Yeah, because
like when we're at other rinks and you're only running one rink or something like that, people are just in and out.
Yep.
Yeah. But now that we're in the bar, rink here, rink there, you're going to want to stick around, watch what's going on.
Yeah,
you can hang out
drinks,
in the bar,
food, yeah.
So it'll be
Keeps
a lot
everybody
good
in the
weekend,
house
man.
pretty much.
Yeah, it's gonna come up quick, man. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
A lot of eyes are going
less
to be
than 2
on you.
weeks.
A lot of people might crack under the pressure. We'll see.
Yeah, that's usually
Crack under what pressure?
tournament.
Audience, dude.
Watching.
Audience.
I got you.
That's how I feel like that. The threes tournament we ran over at the Flyers Training Center, like a little more. Like everyone was kind of hanging around watching that.
Yeah,
It's such a more intense game because it's like
You know people are watching. So it's like you play a little bit harder.
and there's not a lot of room, so it's like dude, those are fun. I really would like to play in one of those.
Yeah, I know.
jealous.
We've tried, man. We got to get it together, dude.
The rink's open, so we could put one together.
Yeah, I didn't even realize they were. When are they bringing that back up?
It's up.
It's up now.
Yeah.
Okay, they were painting
Voorhees
it.
or Hideout?
Voorhees. The
Voorhees rinks up?
Yeah, the Frogs are doing that thing next month.
Oh, I didn't know it was already up. I was there last
sure.
weekend. They were like painting it or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it'll be up by July 13th or whenever they're doing that thing.
Well,
Okay.
So we could always do
work
one.
on it.
We could do it in September or something.
Yeah, for sure. For
sure.
Okay. All right. Let's get into our... Oh, wait, first. Our biggest giveaway, speaking of the tournament, our biggest giveaway yet, $1,200 gear set. That is, the winner is going to be drawn during the tournament. So that's Saturday. So basically, the giveaway is going to run till then. It's no purchase necessary. You can enter for free. Use the link in our bio or in the description below. But if you want to earn more entries, you can shop on the UHL shop. We got the team gear, got the late slot, all that fun stuff, and the gear giveaway is up to $1,200 of value. So it could be mix and match. You can get a couple sticks, a pair of skates. I have shin pads from when I was 14 that I wear. I'm sure I'm not the only one. So
you're lucky, dude.
If you're thinking about entering, hop in now. I'll run in there for another couple weeks, and that's that. So let's get into our league updates.
All right, this was the first Rusty Saturday that we've had, and then you ref these, huh?
Yeah, I did.
So you can
it was fun.
Add some little comments, but the Wild Wombats, my choice for the Rusty Plus winners.
Yep.
Took on the Dusty Bush, and it was all Larry Stout.
Yeah, Larry was cooking. Wombats were cooking. They just debuted their white jerseys. I gotta say, they're pretty sharp. They're pretty sharp. Yeah.
Did they change the logo or no?
Nope. Same jersey,
just
white unis, but like the white and the light blue. I'm a sucker for that.
All right, so all Wombats in this game. Larry Stout gets 3 goals in the first period, and then gets a 4th goal in the second, and a 5th goal in the third. We're gonna have to check him out.
No. Larry was cooking, and as you know, last season that was like his first season.
Yes,
he has improved significantly.
Yes,
over the course of a season and a half.
Yeah,
Kid Pilla, like they're all new, they're all rusty guys. Like and it's just cool. They played well. They played well that game and had a good chance to put some stats up.
Yeah, it was a 7-0 win for the Wild Wombats.
Yeah,
I like seeing the Wombats progress, man.
They're cooking.
Yeah, and then you have the South Jersey Dogs taking on the Rusty Wolves. You said that this was a packed house for the Dogs,
dude.
right?
The Dogs, number 1, full bench, full NHL lineup. Number 2, packed stands, dude. Packed stands, cheering for them every time they scored. They're hype on the ice. The stands are losing it. Everyone on the bench is standing up. It was incredible. It was an incredible showing.
Love to see that.
So 9 minutes into the first period, Mike McGoldrick scores for the South Jersey Dogs. Heading into the second period, 2 straight goals from the Rusty Wolves. William Fiala and Jeff Silver score for the Wolves. Jeff Silver has been on the Wolves for quite some time.
Yep.
And then for the Dogs, Eric Stefanowicz, who he played for Hawks Browns, I believe, last season. Then dropped down to Rusty, and then Captain Nick. I don't know how to say it. You Italians can help me out.
Mayatico.
He's the captain for the Dogs. Great captain.
Always the dog
on top of everything. Takes a 3-2 lead for the Dogs. He gets another early in the third period, and then makes it 4-2. Mike Denikin scores to make it 5-2, and then Nick gets another one on the power play. That would complete his hat trick. Leo Baranov scores for the Wolves, but it's not enough. 6-3 win for the Dogs. Great win. They're 2-0?
No. Yeah. No.
Did
they lost to the
Bush?
Dusty Bush week 1, but they bounced back big time to take down the Wolves.
Nice.
Yes.
Then we have
they're going to be like the Wombats from last season, where it's like, they start off a little rough, but they're going to improve significantly.
Gotcha.
You can already tell.
Yeah, they all work hard, man. They go practice and try to get better. It's pretty cool, man. The Shakas taking on the Moose. Taylor Gold and Dan Smain score for the Shakas in the first period. Dan gets another one early on. It's 3-0. I say Moose MVP. Dave Bilodeau scores.
He was clearly the MVP that night.
Yeah, he's an older guy too. Makes it 3-1, and then it was all Shakas in the third period.
Dr.
Jekyll Hyde scores, and Yuta Takahashi. I think he's the one with the he wears the nose thing. Like the what's his name? Alex Hormozy guy wears the nose.
He doesn't wear it. Oh, does he?
He wears
yeah. I guess he does. Yeah.
That's a move. You ever put one of those in? Opens up your airways.
I can see that being beneficial
when you're playing.
Yeah,
for sure. And then we had the Dusty Beavers taking on the Yetis. It was Jerry was here for that. I got to watch this on live.
All the Beavers who are watching, we love you guys, but we're going to speak open and honestly about the Beavers right now.
Yeah, Jerry's just If you
Yetis are really good, dude. They're really good.
But you know what? They're still like I was watching them on Live Barn, and it was just they're rusty.
I meant they're a really good team. I don't mean
together.
They're in there.
They're dusty.
If you go back to the last episode, I said that the Yetis were going to win 8-0. So Yetis, that's why I was pretty much watching on Live Barn. Plus, I like to see Jerry skate around,
freak out.
Yeah,
things.
James Ziggy scores 2 goals in the first period to make it 2-0, and then 3 goals in the second. I saw the one on Live Barn from Carroll.
Am I seeing that correctly?
What?
Is he playing now?
Yeah, Carroll's been playing forward. Okay. Mike Condrotas and Bobby Wood score as well for the Yetis. It's 5-0. New Beaver Jeff Weber gets the Beavers on the board, but not enough. 4 straight goals after Purdy. Zig gets his third one. AJ and Mike Condrotas gets another. It's 9-1.
Yeah. First period, I was like, they might be able to hold on, but they came in bunches.
Yeah, there's some nonsense from Jerry and the Yetis and the Beavers for some claims, and I said, well, you guys were literally being outshot like 35-10 when I turned it on in the second period.
Yeah,
it's like halfway through the game, and he's like,
what do you mean nonsense?
I'll tell you later. Yeah, I'll tell you later. It was nonsense. So we got to get basketball off this.
Oh, dude, that was the first thing I noticed.
Got to get Trilly.
I think it's Trilly's time.
Trilly's the face of the U now.
Sorry, Pookie.
Basketball doesn't play any games,
Nah, he's cooked, dude.
So the Narwhals taking on the South Jersey Raptors. This is a good matchup.
Yeah, it was.
Because the Raptors are getting much better.
This is a really good game.
Chris Gaskell opens up the scoring on the power play for the Narwhals. Jake Perry scores for the Raptors, and then Chris Gaskell gets another one. Jim Ward, great guy, scores for the Narwhals, make it 3-1. Ray McAndrew gets it within 1, and then but a couple minutes later, Steve Endicott and then Steve Petner score in short order.
Yep.
To get a 5-2 win for the Narwhals.
Yeah, the last 2 goals came in the last 5 minutes. It was a really good game up to then.
I don't understand why this always if you hit the back button, sometimes it'll bring
resets.
you. Yeah. Sometimes it'll bring you back to where you were. Sometimes it does. You never know which one you're gonna fucking get. I don't know.
That's the gamble.
But why, dude? It's the same button, dude. All right. So Corn Stars taking on the Dusty Trops. You said the Corn Stars got a little bit of a revival, or no?
I
don't know.
Yeah, they've added a couple guys who can play. They're always short though. Like they always got 10 guys or less. You know, that's kind of like us right now.
Yeah.
But this game, you'll go through it. It was all Dusty Trops. I mean, the Corn Stars started out, but the Dusty Trops kind of let their foot off the gas. And Corn Stars,
it's been a pattern this.
Corn Stars got them savvy vets. Mel hung in there strong.
Don't crack under pressure.
Yeah.
That's been happening with all the Tropics teams this year, huh? They keep giving up big leads.
Yeah,
we talked about that I think last week.
Oh, so, yeah.
John Trop had 3 goals throughout the first period and some change.
Yep,
4-1 for the Tropics. I guess they thought they had it.
That's kind of what. I mean, I was reffing so.
But 6 straight goals from the Corn Stars. Jake Leonard had 2. Justin Davidson, Chris Kantz, Patrick Keefe, and unknown player.
Yeah.
So
shout out to Josh got an apple. Josh got an assist in that game.
I know.
Did he?
I'm happy about that.
Oh, he's playing for the Tropics.
Yeah,
right?
he's on the Dusty Trops. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
He played for the Corn Stars too.
No. What?
He played for the Corn Stars last season.
Oh, last season.
Yeah. He played for the Narwhals too. He's kind of running through rusty, man.
Yeah. He was waiting to hop on Hawks Rusty until you pulled out the rug.
Yeah, I'll get it going.
He's logging some minutes with Chill Gold.
Yeah.
Dude.
Hawks Gold taking on the Goop.
The Goop.
How'd you guys do?
You were all amped up about that. Steve Junot scores in the beginning. Are they brothers, Mike and Steve?
Yeah.
Nice. That's always cool. Unknown player from the Goop scores. Trilly.
Face of the U.
Face of the U gets one, 2-1. He's getting better, huh?
Dude,
he is getting better.
Like, he's progressively, every game, he's just looking better and better. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, what is he, like 19 or
our
19?
first line?
Yeah, of course, he's
there's
growing.
I think
well, it's just
they're
it's
all
just
20
crazy.
years old. All him, Mikhail, and Nate.
Yeah,
they're all 20 years old.
Jeez.
Well, when he came on and played with us last fall
season,
he had just kind of come back. He took off for some time.
Yeah,
and he was obviously the best player on the ice. But from there, over the last couple of seasons. He's obviously doing his thing in real hockey. You know what I mean? Like in
juniors.
Yeah, juniors. But you can tell he's getting better because he bring it over to.
I know we talk about Trilly a lot just because we know Trilly and like we see, but dude, McHale's a really good freaking player, man.
Yeah, he is.
Trilly's level, if not the same or better, like they're both
nice. Where do you get these young guys, dude?
So Trilly got me. McHale Trilly introduced me to McHale.
Yeah. McHale played for Rain City.
He filled in for a couple.
The last couple seasons he's been around.
Okay, he's like long hair.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's real solid player.
He's very
real
good.
solid player.
Yeah. Mike Rubino scores for the Goop to tie it up, but then Trilly scores another one to make it 3-2. Justin Carr ties it up. So heading into the third period, tie game. And then the Hawks, maybe some championship experience.
Good work, boys.
They pull away when it matters. Eric McHale, Mike Kennedy, and Parker
Our grind there puts it away, dude. Kennedy and Parker, man.
Hatsy in the box, of course.
Hatsy roughing.
Yeah, Hatsy. He took a high stick before that. Yeah, he just took his anger out on just not maliciously, just hit him a little hard.
Well, yeah,
2 minutes, 2 minutes worthy. Go sit down.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get hit by Hats.
No,
fucking solid guy, dude. So 24/7 taking on the Chill. James Lowry and Aaron Huffnagel score in the first period. I don't want to say 24/7 struggling, man, but you could tell there's like a kink in the armor, right?
I don't know. I'm not gonna.
No comment. Got some things they got to figure out, man.
Yeah,
I mean they're all. It's crazy because they're all really good players. I just don't think they're putting it together right now.
I gotcha. Kyle Knight scores for the Chill, and Mr. Nat Accione.
Yo,
Accione Media.
I like how you said Nat Accione and then you said Accione.
I like saying Accione because I like to say Accione.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if Accione. I guess I could say that.
Yeah, it does.
He scores to make it 3-1, 24/7, and then Connor Ogborn scores to get it within one. James Lowry back on the board with Colin Davis. I say Colin Davis is pretty good, man. Like
yes,
yeah, he's so fast.
Great player,
he's so fast. Yeah,
great player.
Oh, he's got like that old helmet. What does he have? Old gloves? Well, white gloves, guy.
The eagle gloves.
Yeah.
The old white eagle gloves. Nice. Yeah. That's a blast from the past.
Yep.
Safwan scores to get it within two, but Mr. Nat scores an empty netter at the end of the game to make it 6-3. So 24/7 gets the win, but they're just not quite dominating like they normally do. Usually, that's
what we like to see, though.
That's what we want to see.
Competition coming up.
Yeah, I think they're
everyone's on the same page. We had to build our teams to compete with these guys, and
they also added I forget what his name is.
Oh, Mitch.
Yeah, Mitch.
I don't think we've seen him yet.
We haven't seen him yet.
Who added Mitch? Chill.
No, 24/7. Who I believe, what was he, like the captain of Cornell and played AHL?
Yeah, I think he's got some AHL experience. And obviously going to be a pretty big difference when he's.
And then I guess I don't think Zook was at that one. He was at the game where the 11-10 game in week one, but he's a hell of a goal scorer. So
gotcha.
When 24/7 has everyone.
Yeah, that'll be interesting when they finally put the whole thing together.
Yeah, and I don't know what goalie they had in that last game. I didn't look, but
it said Jastro, but I don't know.
All right, so the new Bullfrogs coming up from Bronze Plus. They look pretty good so far.
Nice.
Taking on the Multi Ducks. Tim Vance scores for the Multi Ducks. Congrats to Tim. He is the assistant coach of that new juniors team
it's sick.
At Atlantic City Skate Center.
Oh, nice.
So he's working his way up through the coaching ranks.
Love it.
Which is great. John Schauenheimer scores for the Bullfrogs to tie it up, and then 2 goals from the Ducks. Mike Halko and Rick Sansini scored to take a 2-goal lead.
Nice to see this.
And then the man.
I got Nesper and Bianchi.
Hurts to see it.
Miss
you, Nesby.
Hawk Silver, I guess alum. He was a rental, but great. We would love to keep him.
Yeah, we're trying to trade.
For him still.
Trying to trade Bascal for Nesper.
Nesper scores to take or to get it within 1. Then Jake Bianchi scores 2 in a row for the Frogs. One shorthanded at the end of the game.
Yeah, it's good they added Bianchi.
Yeah. I remember him.
He's a good player, yeah.
Young guy. Mm-hmm. So a win for the Bullfrogs. They started off the season hot.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I think they're 2-0.
Yeah. 3-0. Yeah, it was a close game, though. I wasn't sure if Malty was going to start 2-0 or what, but good game.
Yep. Barracuda's taking on the new Pink Panthers. Who was talking shit about their jerseys?
Sean hates their jerseys because they're just basic pink jerseys with with white lettering.
Yeah,
And I shared one of their posts or something. He's like, they better not get the nomination for best jersey. And since he said that, I'm definitely nominating them.
Yeah, I don't think they're bad. When I saw them they look good.
Sean's very particular about. He's very intricate about his jerseys.
Yeah,
the Shockers jerseys are very nice.
Yes, they are very nice. Yeah. The design's nice. Yeah. All right, Barracudas. So Kevin Troy gets 2 goals, one in the power play, one shorthanded in the first period.
Wow,
2-0, and then. Into the second period, Don Haslett scores back-to-back goals. We have a 4-0 lead for the Barracudas. So I was hoping to see the Pink Panthers get a win here, but Tony Anello and Aiden Way scores to get it within 2, but not enough. Hawks Gold, Parker O'Connor scores for the Barracudas on the power play. About 50 seconds left to get the win.
Might be a handful. Adding Troy back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, as long as they
usually start off strong
together. Yeah.
Then we have Paisanos taking on the Koopas, which I figured would be a great game. Mm-hmm. Sam Siegeldorf scores for the Koopas. He seems to score quite a bit. We have a goalie assist here, Brandon Blaylock. Look at that!
I love to see it.
And then the Italians take over. Mike Ristagno gets 2, and then Frank Ristagno gets another 3-1. Paisanos at the end of the first period. Going into the second period, Brad Wallace makes it 4-1, and then 3 straight goals from the Koopas ties it up. Sam Siegeldorf gets another. Chris Buchman and Matt O'Hanlon score for the Koopas. 12 seconds into the third period, Billy Baskow, the goal leader from last season, I think across the entire league, right?
I think he was the assist leader. Or no,
he had the goal.
Okay.
Yeah, he was pretty sure it was goals.
Yep.
Gets a 5-1 lead for the Koopas. And then Paisanos turn it up. Bobby Minor, Mario Corsaro, Brad Wallace score to make it 7-5. Billy Baskow gets it with 1, but about 4 minutes later, Brad Wallace scores to put it out of reach. 8-6 win for the Paisanos.
Quite a game.
The Italians.
Quite a game.
Right. So there's a lot of talking, and I have to do all the Rusties. I usually complain that when Jerry does it, but
it takes forever.
Yes. This one was. It's funny because I walked into the rink because they were the game before us, and the score was reversed on the scoreboard. So I thought Militia had a big lead, and I was like, "Damn, fucking Nice Watch fell off, dude."
Yep.
And then it was the other way around.
Yep.
So sorry. So it was 2-1 after the first period. A couple goals from Night's Watch and one from Militia, and then it was all Night's Watch in the second period. 5 goals from Night's Watch in the second period to make it 7-1. Different goal scores for all of them. Even Paul got on the board. There you go, Paul.
Paul had a bunch of assists.
Did he?
I think so.
So in the third period, Jeff Sporer makes it 7-2, and then 2 more goals from the Night's Watch. Mitch Stiles and Chelsea Monahan score. Ends up 9-3 Night's Watch.
Night's Watch is back.
All right. So then we had across the pond there, down the street, we had the Knights taking on the Monroe Grizzlies. I think this was the first game for the Monroe Grizzlies.
Yeah, it was. 3 weeks in.
Yeah, they got stuck in that. We had to have one team because they have automatic teams. So the first week, one Bronze Plus team had to be on the bye. I usually do the new teams first, just because they may take a little bit more time to get their shit together, you know. And then they ran into the Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
So they didn't get to start until now, which kind of sucks because everyone's kind of getting their feet underneath them and they're starting off right away, which that stinks. But
good 2 shots. Think they were ready to go.
Yeah, this was pretty much the Magnan Brothers show, as it usually is for the Knights. Kevin MVP, 2-time MVP,
2-timer,
gets on the board, 2 straight goals. Then Tom McGuckin scores. Captain Nick Kushner scores for the Knights. And then his brother Chris, and then Kevin score again, and then Colin Corley scores for the Knights. It's 6-1 after the first period. Kevin completes his hat trick. No, he already had a hat trick in the first period. Kevin gets his 4th goal early in the second period. Man, imagine having 4 goals like a minute into the second. I would just leave, dude. I'd be like, see you guys.
Good luck, boys.
Yeah, it's 7-1 Knights. Owen Gasparon, whatever his name is, I'm not sure. 7-2 for the Monroe Grizzlies. Tom McGuckin gets another. Jason Krell, and then captain Nick Kushner scores. It's 8-4 at some point, which is, there's some hope. You're halfway through the game.
It's doable.
But not enough. But it looks like they got it together at the end.
Yeah.
So they scored quite a few goals. Kevin Magnan ends up getting his did he have a double?
He had 5 goals.
Kevin had 5 goals. No assists, though, Kevin. Come on, dude.
Yeah, pass the puck.
Yeah. Kevin Kelly get us on the board, and Owen gets another one for the Monroe Grizzlies.
I wonder.
Yeah, that sounds, yeah.
It is a 11-6 win for the Knights. So
that's the coolest thing about going through all these games. I'll see names
that's what I'm saying.
by the way, Stewart on the Warriors. That's Alex Stewart.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta stop in for one of those games.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck, man? This is crazy. It's just crazy. All the guys I played hockey with growing up, or we all knew growing up with. Like, you look on the rosters, I'm like, holy shit, it's cool.
Just spread around.
Yeah.
This is one to forget. The Rockets take on the
underwhelming.
Hawks,
Just skip it
for us at least. This was the Andy Coulter show.
Fucking Andy, dude.
And I was flying up and down the ice.
DeMarco couldn't stop.
Yeah, no.
Could have contained him.
No, it was 2 breakaway goals for him.
Yeah.
He gets a head start from the the first one was a 2-on-1.
Was it?
Yeah, it was the second guy trying to get back. Couldn't catch him. I was like, nope, not happening.
He just starts running from the goal line. You just can't catch him, dude.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's Nicky took one to the net. Pretty nice.
Yeah.
You cleaned up the garbage there.
Yeah, but it was a nice clean up garbage. Did you see my toe?
Yeah.
A little toe drag across the ring.
The puck was I looked down, and so Brad stopped me.
Yeah.
And I just looked down, and the puck was just sitting there, and my thought was, I'm just going to guard this and pray
somebody
one of my guys just scoops it. That's literally exactly what happened.
Yeah. So it's 1-1 going in the second period, and then 2 goals from Andy Coulter on the breakaway. That was killer. He's just so fast, and he just shoots a nice low shot. It's hard to.
GG Rockets. We'll see you soon.
No goals for anybody in the third period. We had some pressure, but we were short, man. It was tough.
We had the chances. We just couldn't bury it, man.
I mean, we were outshot 36-22.
That doesn't seem right, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
He didn't have much.
I feel like we had a lot of good chances, though.
Yeah.
In the third period, man, we were struggling.
Third period, we played well. The second period, we're struggling.
Yeah. Said we only had 3 shots in the third.
It's not accurate. Right. We had that power play. We had the empty net. We had at least
4 shots on that
9 shots
play
during that time.
Yeah. All right.
See, did you guys have 0 shots on goal?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened. We're working on that.
We're working on the cakes.
So Dad Bods taking on the Invaders. Brandon Hartley scores for the Dad Bods. That was pretty sweet. Brandon's a good player.
3 goals on 0 shots. That's impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Boomer scores a little rough one at the end of the first period. It was just like a soft goal, but we'll take them any way we can get them.
Yep.
And then the second period, Kevin gets us on the board, makes it 2-1 Invaders, and then we brought in sub Jeff Horner. It was so funny. Jeff's like, am I going to get in trouble? And then he's like, am I going to get called out for playing? And I'm like, Jeff, you're good, but you're not that good, right? And then literally in the first period, first shift, Kevin sends a perfect pass across to an empty net, and Jeff just whiffs on it. And we're like, oh, you're good, you're all good. And then on the power play, we were working the puck down low, and he walked out front and backhand top shelf.
Yeah,
and I was like, all right.
Yeah, chill.
Yeah, it's bronze, man. Bronze. A lot of teams have those level guys.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
We don't. So I didn't think it was any big deal to bring Jeff Horner on there.
Right.
Brandon Hartley scores just undressed one of our defensemen and scores again. He's been all over the place.
Dude, seriously, he's got 8 goals on the year.
Yeah, he just works. Somebody had reached out to me. They were like, hey, if this guy's not allowed to play, why is Brandon Hartley allowed to play? And I was like, dude, Brandon is a great player. His is just pure effort.
Yeah, it is, bro. You watch.
Hard, yeah.
Let's all be logical. Let's all be reasonable.
Yeah.
Just because you're getting called out doesn't mean you have to call someone else out.
Yeah, exactly. Dude.
Everyone does that. They get defensive when whatever.
Just respect that he has 8 goals. It's not because he's
6 of them were in that one game.
Yeah, dude. He just is balls to the wall nonstop, and you give respect it.
Yeah.
So Invaders actually get a win. we're struggling a little bit, but shout out to Brian Leeds who filled in net.
Yo, Leeds. Sorry, I put Richardson on the final.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, boys.
I fixed it after the fact. He bailed me out particularly. I turned it over. I didn't turn it over. I just missed the puck completely, and it went right out front. And I was like, oh, and then he big save. I was like, I'm buying you a beer after that one, dude.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. All right, Moonshine trying to get back in the win column here, taking on the defending champ Tropics. Jim McKenzie scores for the Tropics in the first period, followed by Tyler Feast, and then Jeremy Ambrose makes it a 2-1 win, and then our guy Desi in the second period, he can't help but scoring, man. Ties it up, and then Nick Lopez takes the lead about 30 seconds later. So 3-2. Mike Kaluz ties it up for the Tropics about 4 minutes later. And then at the end, a little bit after, Joe Erskine scores for the Moonshine to take a 1-goal lead. The only goal in the third period is with about 59 seconds left. Nick Lopez puts it away.
Wow.
For the thing. Oh, here's the one you're talking about, huh?
Yeah, this was fun.
All right, I got to make a note for that. As long as he submitted it, very good. Mm-hmm. All right, none of that nonsense. Come on,
hit it.
Come on.
Where's he at? Just don't have.
He's here, dude. Oh man, dude, this is so long, dude. All right. So, how many games have we fucking played, dude?
You can go a little quicker. You don't got to go through every goal, bro.
All right, good. Because this is Alfie and the Cats, so I'm just going to go right
through. Sum up the first two periods, and then if there's like something that happened in the third that swayed it one way or the other, then you go through it.
All right.
You don't got to go through every goal.
Cats take a 4-1 lead going into the second period.
Boom!
And then Tom Lizio makes it 5-1. John Bornson makes it 5-2. And then 4 straight goals from the Cats. Andy Coulter on the board again. He's just all over the place.
Perfect.
9-2. This game ends 11-4 Cats.
What do we got? How many teams we got in the league?
40-something.
So we got 20-something games to get through.
Yeah.
Okay. Try to go like 40 seconds, 30 to 40 seconds each. How about that?
Bulldogs beat the Juggernauts 5-4. Howard Ice Arena on June 5th, dude. Yeah. So Juggernauts didn't get a win there. They could have used you.
They could have.
Is this your brother?
This was close, right?
Cousin?
No, this was a good game.
5-4 it was?
Yeah, it was 4-4 in the third period.
Back and forth.
Then the Bulldogs get a late goal with about 2.5 minutes left.
I just want to say Bulldogs, my early prediction for the Browns.
You always pick them. When we played them against the Invaders, it wasn't really anything.
The 3-0?
But like the teams like Hawks, and I just think they're going to wipe them.
Oh,
we'll see.
Sounds really.
I think they play
sounds
each other
really competitive,
next week.
Commish.
Another Junod there.
Working on it. What? A Junod?
Unrelated. But.
Isn't that Italian? It's Junod? It's Italian.
So I said that to Mike. He was like, "That's the first time I heard that one."
Didn't fly.
All right. Sheep taking on the Warriors. Bobby Strauss gets on the board for the Sheep. Alex Blickle makes it 1-1 at the end of the first. No goals in the second period, and then it's all Warriors in the third.
Yep.
This thing ends 6-1 Warriors. So I guess Carroll just shut down, man.
I think he likes player better.
These shots, if accurate, 53-15. So
holy smokes!
Yeah, that's a little rough.
Sheep.
Yeah.
What's going on?
God damn.
They're focused on the Yetis. They're too focused on the Yetis, man.
Yeah. The Thunder Kittens, they started off slow in that first game, but they get a big win here over JMCC. Nick Tambor opens up the scoring for JMCC. Auto. Looks like Lance McCarty gets his first goal as a forward.
Oh, he's playing out.
He's playing out for the.
I thought it was a mistake
for the Kittens. That's pretty sweet.
Nice.
It's actually 3-1 JMCC Auto towards the end of the second period, and then Cody Sherman gets it within 1.
Yep.
3 goals in the third period for the Kittens. Sherman,
Kitties.
Alfie, and Sean Huff make it 5-3. Kitties.
All right.
That's the worst, calling them the Kitties, huh?
All right. I mean, they picked the name.
Yeah. Then we had the Sugar Bush taking on Frogs Bronze. Tom McGuckin and Matt Chernoff scored.
Bushies?
The Bushies trying to make a run.
Yeah.
Pat King and Joe Panaccio scores to tie it up. Then Matty gets another one on the power play.
Matty.
It is 3-3. Mike Guarneria. I don't fucking know.
Guarnieri.
Ties it up for Hawks.
Just add an accent to it.
Guarnieri. All right. Then 2 goals in the third period for the Sugar Bush. Gave a 5-3 win for the Bush.
Late slot.
Hawks Bronze. This got a little rough too, I think. At least full of complaints.
Okay.
Of course.
Tropics.
Oh, looks like all
Tropics cooking.
Hawks penalties, man. Yeah. No excuse for the Tropics, I guess. Mike Martinez, former star. Wombat Brett Phillips scores to make it 2-0. Then 2 more former stars, Billy Krupa and Mike Martinez. What?
Krupa?
Krupa.
All right.
What? Yeah, he dropped down.
He played. All right, whatever.
What? He's great, but he's nothing like.
Yeah.
All right. So Magnan makes it 5-0. Ryan McHugh and Jim McKenzie score for the Tropics, make it 5-2. Then Mike Martinez scores another one shorthanded, which is brutal because it looks like they had a ton of power plays. They got 3 power play goals, the Tropics did, but they also gave up a shorthanded goal. Then Steve Brodzik scores at the end there. 7-4 win for Hawks Bronze. They keep buzzing.
Hawks Bronzy.
Yes. So you want to look at the standings here?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, look at that, baby.
So you want to do it or you want me to do it?
Let's wait till next week.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's only been 2.5 weeks. You know what I mean?
We got some 3-0 teams, dude.
Yeah, shout them out. 3-0.
So undefeated teams. I'll just do undefeated teams. Hawks Gold and Gold.
Yep.
Barracudas, Bullfrogs, and Rockets in silver, which is pretty cool. In Bronze Plus, we just have the Paisanos, and Bronze, we have the Bulldogs and Hawks Bronze. And then in the Rusty Plus, we have 3 Yetis, Wombats, and Shakas.
Wombats. Love to see it.
Alrighty.
Yeah. So, not that many undefeated teams.
No.
Usually, there's I feel like there's more. But,
Yeah.
Hawks are 0-2.
Nah, it's just a weird start with that Memorial Day break. Me and Nat were gonna do like a social update. I'm like, let's wait till next week.
Okay.
So real quick, got a bunch of comments on last week's episode. Before we get into that, Larry's Look Ahead now presented by our friends over at Beer League Warriors Apparel. Heads up, UAHL BLW Apparel is back and hitting the rink this June at the Summer Series tournament. They're coming to Iceworks Skating Complex in Aston to bring you fresh gear.
Sorry.
And maybe, I thought you were doing that on purpose. I was going with it. Maybe a chair for 2 from the BLW crew, manned by our own Nick DeMarco, I believe. So whether you're taping up for your 7 a.m. game or hitting the lot for a cold one, BLW's got you covered. Follow them on Instagram at Beer League Warriors Apparel. Let them know we sent you. So yeah, let's hit up some of our comments. Start at the top. Is that the top?
This was your comment.
Oh yeah.
Ice hockey, the hardest sport.
Okay.
Nate said Steve's Yetis versus Beavers prediction was painfully accurate.
Jumped right on that one.
Goodbye to my. It was just going in order.
Yeah.
Goodbye to my quiet retirement league. Steal teams if you have to and split Rusty in 2. I tried. Just
Dude,
so you
me
know.
and Jerry were talking about it. I'm like, y'all should have done that.
Yeah, and we would have split it up and been fine.
It is
A couple teams should have picked Rusty. All right. Josh Lafferty says he loves having games on Saturday rather than Sunday.
No, he said. Over. Okay. Because I thought he had another game Sunday, but that makes sense.
I use more word when less word do trick.
Christian Davis.
The Office.
Yeah. Christian Davidson said, cheering for the Cats again just to keep Canada from the Cup. I guess he's going for the Panthers. I don't know if I'd go for that.
Nah, I like to see the Oilers win.
He said, although it's tougher this year, Jeff Skinner, a former Sabre, could win his first Cup. I still have no love for Perry or Nurse.
That's true.
Would love to see Perry's streak of losing continue. Perry's a pest, but you can't deny that he's a winner.
CD played out in their first game?
Yeah.
I didn't know he played out.
Yep.
Nice.
Ziggy said, this is directed at Jerry. Pay that man his jersey.
Yes. Jerry flaked on a bet. That's just the worst.
That's the worst thing you could do, dude.
He beat me fair and square.
Yep.
CD
Larry is off the hook for the Raptors versus Narwhals game for the hand pass missed in the first period. Thank you. The guy did touch it with the stick after he accidentally hit it with his hand when falling down. However, the Narwhals got away with 2 back-to-back possible face-off violations in the second, led to 2 breakaways and a goal. We try.
So you can't when you're dropping the puck. Like, I usually will take one look, make sure they're there. If they jump the face-off, like, I'm not gonna blow the whistle.
It's so hard,
like
dude.
especially if they both go. And then
you have to make sure everyone's
time.
set, and then if it's obvious, like I would
I
hope
look
my
ahead,
partner blow the whistle.
I look ahead. I look at the goalie, make sure they're ready, and then I look behind me.
Well, I'm usually
That's my
open. I'm
last-
looking at everything before I
make
before
sure
I set up.
my non-vision is the last thing I look at before I drop it.
Yeah.
Because that's all I can do.
Yeah,
And I told CD, I said I usually will pause for like 3 seconds. So if they do jump,
yeah.
like you wait because you could, they're gonna jump trying to time it, but you can't really move like because you'll fuck the centers up. But like, they jump all. I do it, dude.
So do I.
Hey, you're trying to beat the drop. I mean,
Yeah, it happens all the time. So who've said you guys ought to go to White Oaks or Buna better than Eastland? And you for the championship, you should do Running Deer over Valley Brook.
RD,
So
man.
we were just at Buna this week.
I will say I do want to do Valley Brook because of the outing. I talked to Hoove like the day after that. We were talking about it. Over Eastland, I get that. Like doing Buna or something. But I want to do Valley Brook for the final round because it's supposed to be leading up to to the outing. So
yeah, and Running Deer is pretty nice.
that's
great shape right now.
Course.
Is it right?
Yeah, beautiful course.
You have some crazy coals, man.
The entire course is crazy.
It's tough, yeah.
Beautiful, but hard.
Yes. Sean was talking shit on the Pink Panther jersey. I don't even know if I'm going to talk about it because Larry already pretty much said it.
No,
He's being a stickler.
I
for
said
jerseys.
it because the last week's episode, I was kind of trolling him a little bit for the same reason. He's like, please show the. Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
They don't have enough U Street cred to not have a logo on it. He is a stickler, man.
Yeah.
And I was trolling him again. I was like, yeah, but they're pink though.
Mind your business, dude. Yeah. All right.
Hey, I mean, someone's got to up the standard with the logos and the jersey. So if Sean's going to do that, let him know.
Yeah.
Get the captain on the phone.
That's one thing I noticed. Like when we first started, everyone had just like the normal men's, like everyone had, like mixed match jerseys.
Yeah.
And then as like it grew, everyone has like. Mostly everyone has a jersey with their name on it. And then we went up to like Iceworks and we're watching all the games and everyone's got a mixed match jersey. It's like, man.
Yep.
You gotta look the part,
It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
Yeah, it's fun. You just got to get, everyone's got to pay up to get the jerseys.
Yeah.
Unless you got a sponsee.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that it?
Yep.
All right, boys.
This is a long one.
Right over. Giletto, thanks for being here, bruh.
Sir.
Welcome to
coming.
the Vineland experience.
It's good.
Any last words, Mr. Texty?
Oh, stop.
Hawks gold all the way.
Well, just to wrap up, as you all know, and I'm going to continue to do it every single time I am around.
Summer series.
We all know summer series is coming around. Get your teams in. We have a week, so we're trying to fill in a couple more teams, get them in. It's going to be a great weekend. A lot of fun things going on. Jerry's favorite. We have the putt-putt challenge coming in. A lot of good family stuff. We have the family skate, beer and food all weekend. So it's going to be a really nice time.
Are you doing your outing thing?
Of course I am.
Yeah, good time.
I told you I would summer series first. And let's not forget, 3rd annual U Golf coming around Valley Brook, September 15th. It is a Monday. Don't think it's going to conflict with any Birds home openers again like it did last year, unfortunately.
Yeah, already checked.
A lot of interest this year. As always, above and beyond, we're going to have a lot of fun things going on. It's always for a good cause. So get your foursomes together. Registration is open. I will start getting all that out soon. Always looking for sponsorships. It's a really good way to get your small business out there. Our low sponsorship, you sponsor a hole. Goes to a good cause, good write-off for your business, and people see the signs.
Getting technical.
Yeah, hey, you got to let the people know.
You can use the main site to get to the registration.
Remember when Jerry didn't put the date on anywhere on here?
Wow. He is just dropping the ball.
So
did he edit it out, or did I forget it?
Well, I mean, it's his job.
September comes around quick, ladies and gentlemen, so don't forget.
Honestly, you're absolutely correct about that. It will be here before you know it. So, yeah, thanks, boys. Thank you, Giletto. Don't forget, like, comment, and share. Don't forget to subscribe here at UHL Hockey and across all socials. If you're new here, we use the podcast to keep everyone in the loop. We also do it the same thing on the socials on the website. Just to keep everyone involved in what's going on with the league. I think that kind of sets us apart for sure. So that's it, boys. That's all I got. Steve, if you're done, wrap it up, baby.
All right. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Later.
See you.